Hey guys, welcome back to Shane Complains. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you clicking on the video, and if you're listening on one of my many podcasts, I appreciate you listening. All right. Today's topic is going to be intermittent fasting. Now, if some of you guys don't know what it is, it's pretty much, long story short, it's eating for a certain amount of hours. Well, fasting for a certain amount of hours, or not eating for a certain amount of hours, and eating for a short period of time. So the idea behind it, I'm just gonna go over it real quick because I don't really talk about it too much. There's a lot of videos, a lot of information, a lot of podcasts or whatever that talk about it. But I want to talk about more the effect it has on me. I'm gonna quickly summarize it. So there's been many research about this. It's not like people just pulling stuff out their butts, like these different diets and everything. First of all, real quick about diets. Diets are something that's temporary. Okay, this is not a diet. Okay, it's just pretty much a style of eating, a different pattern of eating food, or eating food. Yeah, eating food. It's not limiting you to not eating as much in a sense. Really, it's just pretty much giving you a time limit of when you can eat or when you can't eat. Anyway, so diets though are you usually have to take something away, and it hinders you from really utilizing all the nutrients you need to perform. So let's say it's a low carb diet. Mostly low carb they do affect you. They affect you in the sense that if you don't have enough carbs, your mind you won't feel the same. You won't have enough energy. Carbs are finished pretty much for short bursts of energy. So you need those. Okay, you need those carbs, and people usually stay away from carbs. And it also has shown, going a long period of time without having a lot of carbs, has shown to affect a woman's cycle and the male's pretty much appendage. Pretty much being able to get it up. When it comes to protein, your body is made up of protein. Majority of your body isn't made up of protein. So if you're not getting enough protein, if you're working out, this is pretty much for people that work out. Well, you don't have to really work out or not, but you still need protein. And if you take protein away, you're limited in protein, that could affect your body too. There's protein everywhere. Protein in your hair, of course, your muscles, everywhere. All right. Then there's another one of limiting your fats. Well, there's certain kind of fats you want to be careful of limiting. If you limit fats in general, understand something, your hormones are made up of fats. So if you limit your fats, your body, your hormones will be out of whack. So all these different diets, they might work for people, but the thing is, they're diets, they're temporary. They're not life sustaining. You're not gonna be doing this style of eating for a long period of time. So I don't consider intermittent fasting as a diet per se, because it's just pretty much a style of eating. Now the thing is, some people do it, the fasting, whatever, for a certain amount of days, maybe do 3 days, 5 days out of the week. Some even do it 6 days out of the week, and then on one day they're gonna eat whenever, a cheat day. But then there's people that there's pretty much people that eat like that. But I personally do one day when I eat whenever. Before I didn't, but now I do. I just feel like I'm limiting so much. When I do 7 days, I'm limiting my eating so much that it does affect me. My energy levels. My energy level is fine. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I feel like I needed to at least have one day, like a real cheat day. Because my cheat day, I would just still start eating at 12, stop by 8 o'clock, or even less than that. Sometimes my eating window, my fasting is 20 hours, and I eat for 4 hours. So eventually, I said to myself, you know what? I need to give my body a rest from working out, because Saturdays I don't work out, and Saturdays I pretty much eat whatever is my cheat day. So instead of still doing intermittent fasting, I decided to let me just eat whatever whenever. Okay, then Sunday return back to my normal eating. And so far, it's been really good, because when I first initially started, when I start things, I go gun-ho 100%, 110% or whatever. So every day I was literally eating, having a fasting for 5 hours, or not 5 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours or more, and it got to the point where I was doing 24 hours, and it got easier and easier, but I definitely recommend you, if you do want to start this, just simply, that many people say it, just skip breakfast. Just skip breakfast to start out. But understand, fasting in this particular method, or this particular thing, you can have coffee, you can have water. That's it. But when I say coffee, no cream, no sugar. People say, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that is fine. No. To really do it, you really want to just have black coffee. I have iced coffee. So pretty much just coffee with ice. That's pretty much it. I don't put any cream or sugar in it at all. But anyway, I don't really have coffee that much, but there has been shown evidence that, scientific evidence that having coffee could definitely help with the fat burning and all that kind of stuff. So pretty much that's what happens. Like I said, I don't really want to go into too much, but I'll go over it real quick about the benefits of intermittent fasting. Could talk about hormones, the growth hormone, HGH, something that's naturally in our body, but the fact that we're fasting, our body will actually develop more growth hormone or release more growth hormone in our body while we're fasting. So that's a big plus. The insulin. So when we don't have insulin in our body, pretty much we won't store as fat. Well, we actually will utilize fat for energy. Okay, the less insulin in our body, the better. Okay, it has shown to help with cellular repair. So we're pretty much building cells, but also those old dying cells will actually be eaten up and recycled. There's so many different things that I'm reading. I definitely would look into it more. Make sure it's not some random guy on YouTube like myself, but make sure that you do your research when it comes to this stuff. I'm not a random guy. I've been looking up this stuff, and I'm really enlightened by what I'm reading, and it's really, really fascinating. So before you try something like this, definitely look it up and look into it. There's different methods. Let me actually finish off about the benefits. Inflammation, it helps with inflammation on your joints and everything. It could definitely help your heart health. Those bad LDLs are bad. Cholesterol will definitely drop. It has shown to help with cancer. Because if you think about it, cancer is excess of cells. So those bad cells are not being used, or the unnecessary cells won't be developed because you're using them in a sense, using them in your body the right way. If it's like a cancer related to the environment, that's a different story. But let's face it, majority, I'll say some for right now. Some of our cancers pretty much develop from, excess food consumption. It has shown with brain, when it comes to the brain, it has shown to help with Alzheimer's, and a lot of doctors, a lot of people have used it for people with epilepsy. So it does help with brain cells, this growth of brain cells. And it has also shown with anti-aging. Although, most of the time, most of the stuff is on animals or rats or whatever, but it has shown to increase the lifespan of the rats. So like I said, there's a lot of different things, a lot of different benefits. I definitely consider looking into it. But like I said, this is not really for me to talk about how amazing it is and all the benefits of it. But I just want to talk about how it has affected me. But just real quick, some of the methods that people normally do is a 16 to 8. So 16 hour, like I said, 16 hour 16 hour fast. So you're not eating for 16 hours, just water and straight coffee. There's some teas too, but I don't really get into the teas. I don't drink tea that much to actually know which one you can and cannot have. Pretty much anything that spikes your insulin, you cannot have during a fast. So we had a 16-8, 16 hours you're fasting, 8 hours you're eating. me personally though, it doesn't matter which method you're using. You definitely want to get your required calories in, because if you keep on going consecutive days of not having a certain amount of calories, your required amount of calories in your body, it will affect you. That's the only downside to this, I think. A lot of people can get used to it and might only have like one meal. One meal could just be 500 calories. That's not good. Especially if you're working out, that's not good. You're going to need more. You're going to need your required amount of calories. Maybe one day you can probably have your calories cut in half, or cut, maybe 75% of your required calories. But over time, it's going to affect you. And actually, I could speak on that, because that has happened to me. When I was like I go 24 hours before I finally eat, but then I ate something small, nothing really big. And then I'll keep doing that over and over again. Eventually, it does take a toll on you. And that's why I think that people think that you shouldn't be doing it more than 3 to 4 days, because you keep cutting your calories, and over a week, technically you're supposed to lose weight, but in certain cases you don't, because your body starts to get into that not starvation mode, but that just trying to hold on to everything, your body get accustomed to your fasting, so your body will try to hold on to everything, like pretty much a starvation diet. It doesn't really work, guys. It doesn't really work, and it just depletes your energy. The next one is eat, stop, eat. Okay, this involves just 24-hour fast, once or twice a week, and then you eat the next day. So you don't eat anything for 24 hours. You eat as much as you want, and then you eat again. I mean, you don't eat, you fast again. You just go back and forth like that. That's another one. Now there's the 5-2 diet. Well, like I said, I don't like to use the word diet, but you only consume 500 calories for 2 non-consecutive days. So maybe Monday you only have 500, and then Wednesday you have 500. But then the other days you eat normally. There's also another one too called the warrior one. I think it's a warrior, but it's like you going 20 hours. Not grand, like I said, you can go do 16-hour fast, 18-hour fast, even 20-hour fast, and that's what I'm about to talk about now. The 20-hour fast and 4-hour window of eating. So 20 hours you're not eating anything. 4 hours you eat something. But like I said though, if you can do something like that, Herschel Walker, perfect example. I mean, if you've seen him, Google this guy. Google Herschel Walker. He's been doing it for years. I don't know how many times, but he's been doing it for years, and he looks phenomenal. He played football, whatever, but he only has one meal a day, and that one meal has 3,000 calories. That's pretty much his required amount of calories in that one day. So anyway, he's doing that, and he only has one meal. So pretty much he's going fasting for 24 hours, or fasting for 20 hours, and only having one meal. I think that's called the warrior method or something like that. I don't know. But you could mix it up, do as you want, till you get comfortable with it. But like I said though, first of all, just skip breakfast and go to lunch. If you're gonna do it, just skip breakfast and then go right to lunch. So you stop eating, say, the night before at 8 o'clock. You start eating again, maybe at lunchtime, maybe 11:30 or 12 o'clock. Then you stop eating. If you eat at 12, then you stop eating at 8. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest with you. I thought it was a big of a deal, especially with me working out and everything. It isn't that bad, especially if you feel tired, if you feel weak or whatever. Honestly, if you drink water, you're fine. It's usually most likely it's probably your body playing a trick on you, making you think you're hungry, but you're not hungry. You just have to drink. You're just pretty much more thirsty than anything. So my advice, if you do start it, just skip breakfast, have a lot of water with you, and just keep drinking water. Okay, keep drinking water throughout the whole day. Really, you should drink water anyway. But this will definitely help you with that. And so I want to talk about more like how it's affected me, personally. What method do I use, and so on and so forth. So for me, I do 16-8. Sometimes I do 18-6. But the main reason why it fluctuates for me is because my clients. I'm a personal trainer, so I have majority of my clients in the morning, And before, like, I would eat the 6 meals a day, kind of 4 meals a day or 5 meals, whatever it was. And I would eat consistently. And I would have to rush in between clients to go get something to eat, then come back and go train my clients and back and forth. And it'll get really irritating, and because sometimes my clients want to talk, and I don't mind talking, but I'm trying to hurry and get something to eat, but yet they keep talking to me. So this really has allowed me to like pay more attention to my clients and actually to my work overall. And I really am, honestly, I'm happy. I was skeptical about it, to be honest with you. I was skeptical, but it's just, it gives me more time with work. And that's a big deal to me. That's honestly a big deal, because you don't understand how annoying it got when I really wanted to go get something to eat, but I can't because someone is bothering me or someone's talking to me or whatever. And now with me moving up to being an assistant manager, I had less time. So now with intermittent fasting, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to like run and go to the break room to get something to eat. So that's one plus. With me also too, is in my family. I have hypertension, and one thing I lacked is drinking water. And because of this, like I just mentioned before, like you have to drink water. If you feel hungry, you feel some type of way, drink water and you're fine. And it's actually, I've been drinking more gallons every day now. I'm on a consistent basis with that. I haven't checked my blood pressure in a long time, but I know I need to. In a couple, maybe two, about a month or so. Around my birthday, I like to get my annual checkup, so I'm gonna see where I'm at with my blood pressure. But it really helps me. That really helps with drinking water, a great deal. And I feel, anytime I feel like, not dizzy, but I feel like out of it, I feel a little run down, even a little bit, I drink water and I'm actually fine. I'm really actually fine. So that's another thing, another perk. Let's see what else. There's something else too. Yeah, I want to actually go back to something. Because now, some people are going to disagree with this, but because like, when I mentioned before the 6 meals a day, I get 5 meals in before. The pretty much like the standard diet where people say, oh, you got to eat more frequently, whatever. Now, with the fact that you're eating so much, your stomach is constantly going. Even before intermittent fasting came into the picture, I've heard you don't want to keep your stomach doing 6 meals or doing 5 meals, whatever it is. You're keeping your stomach going. That's not really 100% the best thing to do. So with doing intermittent fasting, you're actually giving your stomach a rest from, digesting and doing all these other stuff. Now, like I said, though, it's people have the different beliefs and all this kind of stuff. The bro science, you're going to eat a whole lot of protein. You want to do this, do that, or whatever to lose weight. And it's fine. Whatever works for you, works for you. And I just want to make sure that's very understood to everyone. Do not try to pressure anybody. Do not try to force your ideas on somebody. And that goes for anything. Honestly, your opinions doesn't matter about nutrition. Doesn't matter about your faith. Doesn't matter about, anything. Just be respectful to people. And that's what I've been. I don't want to change anybody yet. I have a lot of clients and I don't want to say, just do this, do intermittent fast. No, I tell them, how I feel about it, how I feel about everything, and they make their own decisions. I mean, I'm training adults. I'm not really training kids, but even if I was training kids, they have the right to make their own mind up, but, anyway, so that's pretty much my take on intermittent fasting. I enjoy it. I like doing it. Like I said, one day out of the week is Saturday. I usually just eat whatever. I indulge, doesn't matter what the time is. This Saturday was actually my first time I'm actually doing that. But I realized it's a good thing. I felt good today. Today's Sunday, and I felt really good doing it. I went back to my fasting. I started eating at 1 o'clock. I started eating. And I just want to make sure that people understand, it's good. It has its perks, it has its benefits, but it's not the best way for everybody. All right, so if you're looking to do it, like I said, definitely consider doing it. I highly recommend it if but do your research, just like with all the diets. I just don't like, I'm be honest, when it comes to quote unquote diets, I just don't like the green tea diet when you only eat, when you pretty much take everything away. It's one thing to take away fats. It's one thing to take away carbs. And it's one thing to do, like, limit your protein and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. But to take away, like, pretty much all three, and, like, having all these crash diets and, I think it's like there's another one. But pretty much, I'd use a green tea diet as for example. You pretty much have green tea. Nothing but green tea. And it's, I don't know. Well, to each his own, don't get me wrong. But that's the only one I actually have a problem with. When you take away pretty much majority of everything and limiting your eating so much. And but whatever works for them. But if you're trying to get that look, that great aesthetic look, if you're trying to just burn fat, no. If you're trying to lose weight, let me be more correct. If you're trying to lose weight meaning you're gonna lose body fat. You do anything to lose the body fat, anything to lose your muscle too, because that's weight. You can't lose your bones, you can't lose your skin, you can't lose your organs or anything like that. So it's gonna be your body fat and your muscle that you're gonna lose when it comes to losing weight. Okay, but then when it comes to getting lean, get a nice aesthetic look. Like everybody wants to look like Thor. Everyone looks like, I don't know who else. Say Black Panther or something. Everyone wants to look like these kind of people. They're trying to get lean. They're getting lean. They're not losing weight. They're losing strictly just body fat. I'm not saying this because intermittent fasting does this or whatever. There's other things that do that, counting your calories on a regular basis, all that kind of stuff. Watching you doing your macros, counting your macros actually help too. There's a lot of things to do that, but all I'm saying is there's a difference between losing weight and losing body fat or getting lean. Okay, or toning. The common word, I guess, is called toning. In the fitness industry, people make fun of that, or trainers make fun of when people say that. Oh, I just want to tone up. I mean, I don't know. They always say that when people say that you're not toning up. When it comes to toning up, you sound more like an instrument, But anyway, just do your research, guys. This is your body, okay? Do your research. Be careful what you put in your body. Be careful with supplements. Be careful with anything you put in your body. And if you decide to take supplements, I always tell everybody, I always tell my clients to drink a lot of water. That's why I use it, back to intermittent fasting, encourages you to drink water. But if you're not doing that, drink a lot of water. Just in case there's toxins and all this other stuff in your system, just be careful. Okay, all these toxins, like I said, all the toxins that enter your system are being put in. Most of these supplements are man-made. So try to flush it out with excess water, and all that kind of stuff. And some of the stuff has a lot of sodium and a lot of other things that can help you put on water and all this kind of stuff anyway. So try to flush it out, drink a lot of water. Okay, guys? That's it. I pretty much wanted to talk about how it affected me. I don't want to give like a lesson about intermittent fasting or a lesson about anything else, like what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, but how it's affected me. And like I said, like when it comes to losing weight, though, I'm not really doing it for losing weight. Am I seeing results from that? Yes. Do I care to do that? Do I care to lose weight so much? Yeah, a little bit. But I'm doing it more for the learning experience to see what's about. And the more I do it, because I don't want to tell anybody to do something or try to introduce something to somebody, and I don't know how it feels. Like if I tell somebody to do a burpee, I know exactly how I do a burpee. I know when it comes to breathing, all that kind of stuff. I've done it. I've been there, done it. If I have somebody do 50 burpees, whatever, I've been there, done that. You don't want to tell somebody to do something and you haven't experienced it. Doesn't matter if you're a personal trainer. Doesn't matter if you're, whatever. Like say that doctor a cardiologist that has heart disease or heart issues, but he's a cardiologist. But like I said, do your research, guys, and always remember, this is your body. You only have one body, so take care of it and do your research. And I really appreciate you guys listening. My podcasts have been a lot longer recently, but there's a lot of information I want to share with you guys. And anyway, hope you guys are having a good one. Keep these things going. Like I said, listen to me on a podcast. I do post this stuff on YouTube, but not YouTube. Yeah, YouTube as well. I mean, there's no video or anything. You can't really see my face, but I still have it up there too. So anywhere you want to listen to it, you can listen to me on YouTube, or the Apple Podcast, Anchor. Everything, everywhere. Okay, guys. I just want to get my word out. I want to get my words out and try to encourage people and try to, I'm 32 years old and I want to help the younger people, even the older people, guide them and so they'll know my story, because I'm not perfect. I haven't accomplished that much to many people, but I think I've accomplished and I've done a lot and I've seen a lot. And I want to share my experiences with everybody, everything I learned as much as I can. All right, guys. I hope you guys are all well. Like I said, though, if you want to do the intermittent fasting or do any kind of eating pattern, eating method, or quote unquote diet, do your research first. Talk to your doctors first before you do anything. All right, guys. Anyway, this is Shane from Shane Complains, and you all have a good one.